Writing a literature review article is not just collecting papers and summarizing them. A strong review article should identify an unmet need, organize the evidence, explain what is known, highlight what is unknown, and provide a useful direction for the field. Today, AI tools can help researchers write faster and think more clearly. But there is one golden rule. The journey to publishing a high-impact narrative review is a structured process. Let us go step by step to ensure your work is not only comprehensive but also genuinely valuable to the scientific community. This methodical approach will be your roadmap from a nascent idea to a published paper that colleagues will cite and respect for years to come. Step 1. Identify an unmet need and a novel topic. This is the most critical phase. A well-chosen topic is the foundation of a successful review. It's not just about summarizing existing literature, it's about creating new understanding. Your goal is to find a niche where your contribution can provide clarity, resolve debate, or chart a course for future research. Before you write a single word, you must rigorously interrogate your own premise. Ask yourself, why is this review needed right now? What specific problem will it solve for clinicians, researchers, or patients? Is there a pressing question that remains unanswered by current publications? A strong justification is your best defense against a journal editor's rejection. Resist the temptation to chase trends. Do not choose a topic only because it is popular or generating buzz on social media. The most impactful reviews address a substantive need. Choose a topic where there is a real gap in the literature, significant confusion among practitioners, a persistent controversy that needs dissecting, a field undergoing such rapid development that no one has paused to synthesize the new findings, or a complex area that simply lacks a clear, integrated synthesis. To begin your exploration, leverage the power of modern AI tools. You can use large language models like ChatGPT or Gemini for broad brainstorming, and specialized research assistants like Elicit, SciSpace, Semantic Scholar, Research Rabbit, and Connected Papers to map the existing literature and identify potential gaps. These tools can accelerate your initial search, helping you see the forest for the trees. For instance, you could use an example prompt like this to get started. I am a clinical researcher in cardiology. I want to write a narrative review. Based on recent publications in the last 3 years, suggest 5 to 10 topics that have a knowledge gap, controversy, or rapid developments. For each topic, provide a brief justification and a list of 3 to 5 key references. This kind of targeted prompt can yield highly relevant starting points for your investigation. This brings us to a crucial point: the author's responsibility. AI tools are assistants, not authorities. They can generate ideas, but they can also be wrong or hallucinate information. Therefore, the authors must personally and meticulously verify that the topic is truly novel and that the gap is real. This requires a manual, systematic check of recent reviews in major academic databases like PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science, and Google Scholar. Don't forget to also search the websites of top journals in your field directly. AI may suggest a promising path, but it is your duty as the author to walk that path and confirm the gap yourself. This diligence is non-negotiable and is the hallmark of a serious scholar. Step 2 is where we lay the foundation for our entire review: defining the scope and the central review question. This is arguably the most critical phase of the writing process. Getting this right sets you up for success, while a poorly defined scope can lead to a disorganized, unpublishable manuscript. Think of it as drawing the map before you begin your journey. It ensures you know exactly where you're going and how to get there without getting lost in the vast wilderness of academic literature. A good review needs clear, firm boundaries. Without them, you risk scope creep, where the project endlessly expands, becoming an unmanageable and unfocused collection of information. These boundaries act as a critical filter, helping you sift through thousands of potential papers to find the ones that are truly relevant to your specific inquiry. This clarity isn't just for you, it's essential for your readers, allowing them to immediately grasp what your review covers, and, just as importantly, what it does not. Your first decision is to determine the type of review you're writing. Is it a broad, narrative review that summarizes a field for a general audience? Or is it a highly focused, systematic review that follows a strict protocol to answer a specific clinical question? Perhaps it's a scoping review designed to map the existing literature in a new or complex area. Other options include mechanistic, clinical, translational, or future-oriented reviews. Each type has different requirements for scope and methodology, so choosing the right one is paramount. Next, you must precisely define the key parameters of your review. This often involves using a framework like PICO for clinical questions, defining the population, intervention, comparison, and outcome. More broadly, you need to specify the disease area, the biological mechanism, the technology or intervention being studied, the specific outcomes you'll be assessing, and the time frame for the literature you'll include. Let's look at a practical example. A common mistake is starting with a topic that is far too broad. For instance, a title like AI in Cancer is not a viable review topic. It's a whole field of research. Instead, you must write a more focused topic. A much stronger, more focused title would be AI-enabled digital patients for precision oncology, bridging predictive biomarkers, tumor heterogeneity, and real-world treatment response. This title clearly defines the technology, the disease, the specific application, and the key concepts it will connect, providing a clear roadmap for the review. Don't be afraid to use modern tools to help you with this crucial step. AI assistants such as ChatGPT and Gemini can be powerful brainstorming partners to help you refine your title, clarify your objectives, and narrow your scope. Here is an example of a prompt you could use. I am a researcher in oncology. Refine this broad review topic, AI in Cancer, into a clear and compelling title, a specific aim, a well-defined scope, a target audience of clinical oncologists, and 5 key questions the review should answer. Ultimately, however, the final responsibility rests with the author. The authors must critically evaluate any suggestions and ensure the final scope is realistic and manageable within the constraints of a single paper. It must not be too broad, which makes a thorough review impossible, nor too vague, which confuses the reader. Most importantly, the scope must be tightly aligned with the author's collective expertise to ensure the review is authoritative and insightful. Step 3. Generate keywords and search strategy. AI can help generate keywords, synonyms, mesh terms, and Boolean search strings. Use ChatGPT, Gemini, Elicit, or SciSpace to create search terms. Generate keywords, synonyms, mesh terms, and Boolean search strings for a literature review on cancer metabolism, insulin resistance, and tumor progression. Include PubMed and Scopus search versions. Then search databases. PubMed, Scopus, Web of Science, Google Scholar, Embase if available, and subject-specific databases. Author responsibility. Authors must not rely only on AI-generated references. They must perform real database searches, save the search strategy, document search dates, and make sure important studies are not missed. Step 4. Collect and organize the literature. Use Zotero, EndNote, Mendeley, or another reference manager to save papers, remove duplicates, organize PDFs, and group references by themes. Use folders such as background mechanisms, clinical evidence, controversies, recent advances, limitations, future directions. SciSpace can help explain difficult papers. Elicit can summarize paper aims and outcomes. ResearchRabbit and Connected Papers can help discover related studies and citation networks. Author responsibility. Authors must read the important papers themselves. AI summaries are helpful, but they may miss details or misunderstand methods. The author must check the original article before using any claim. Step 5. Screen and prioritize papers. Not every paper should be included. Prioritize recent high-quality studies, landmark papers, clinical guidelines, meta-analyses, systematic reviews, mechanistic studies, large cohorts, high-impact experimental work, key controversial studies. Avoid relying only on old papers, low-quality studies, or papers that are not directly relevant. AI can help create a screening table. Example prompt. Create a literature screening table for this review topic with columns for citation, study type, key findings, strengths, limitations, and relevance to the review. Author responsibility. Authors must decide which papers are reliable and relevant. Do not allow AI to select evidence blindly. Step 6. Build the outline. A strong review needs a logical structure. A useful review outline may include abstract keywords, introduction, why the topic matters, current knowledge, key mechanisms, clinical or translational evidence, controversies and gaps, emerging technologies, tables and figures, future directions. Conclusion. AI can help create several outline options. Example prompt. Create a detailed outline for a 5,000-word literature review article on this topic. Include major headings, subheadings, key messages, possible tables, and suggested figures. Author responsibility. The authors must revise the outline to match the journal scope, word limit, novelty, and intended audience. Step 7. Create evidence tables. Tables make a review more useful. Useful tables may include key studies table, mechanisms table, clinical evidence table, advantages and limitations, table AI tools or technologies table, future directions table. Use ChatGPT or Gemini to design table templates, but fill them using verified papers. Example prompt. Create a table template summarizing key studies for a literature review. Include author, year, model or population, method, key findings, limitations, and relevance. Author responsibility. Every table entry must be checked against the original paper. Do not allow AI to invent study details, sample sizes, outcomes, or citations. We've arrived at step 8, writing the first draft. The key to success here is a methodical, controlled approach. We're going to write this draft section by section. It's incredibly tempting to just paste your entire outline into an AI and ask it to write the whole review in one go. You must resist this temptation. Doing so surrenders your control as the author, resulting in a generic, disjointed text that lacks your unique perspective and analytical voice. It also dramatically increases the risk of factual errors and fabricated references, creating a nightmare to edit. Instead, by focusing on one section at a time, the introduction, a specific thematic paragraph, or the conclusion, you maintain complete command over the narrative. This granular process ensures that each part of your manuscript is built upon the solid foundation of your own verified notes and critical analysis. Think of tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or SciSpace as your drafting assistants. Their job is to help you convert your structured notes and synthesized ideas into clear academic prose. You are the architect. The AI is the skilled laborer laying the bricks exactly where you tell them to. The quality of the AI's output depends entirely on the quality of your prompt. A powerful prompt is specific and sets clear boundaries. For example, using only the verified notes I have provided below, please draft a clear and concise academic paragraph for the introduction section. It is crucial that you do not add any unsupported claims or information beyond what is in the notes. Do not invent, guess, or hallucinate any references. Start with the introduction, where you'll explain the problem, its importance, the current gap in knowledge, and the specific aim of your review. Then, move to the main body, drafting paragraphs that organize your evidence by the themes you identified in your outline. Use the AI to help structure tables that summarize evidence and to draft captions for figures that visually explain complex concepts. Finally, draft your future directions and a balanced take-home message for the conclusion. This brings us to the non-negotiable core of this process: author responsibility. The text generated by an AI is only a first draft, a starting point. You, the author, are solely responsible for rigorously editing this output. You must verify every fact for accuracy against your source material. You must assess the logical flow and coherence of the arguments. You must rewrite sentences to ensure originality and infuse the text with your authentic scientific voice. Never copy and paste AI text directly into your final manuscript. Treat it as raw material that you must shape, refine, and ultimately own. Step 9. Use AI to improve clarity, not to invent science. AI can help improve grammar, structure, flow, transitions, and readability. Useful tools: ChatGPT for rewriting and structure, Gemini for summarizing long text and comparing sections, Grammarly, Quillbot, or WordTune for language editing, SciSpace for explaining complex papers. Example prompt: improve the clarity and flow of this paragraph without changing the scientific meaning. Keep the tone academic and concise. Author responsibility. Authors must ensure that AI editing does not change the meaning, exaggerate claims, remove caution, or create unsupported statements. Step 10. Design figures using biorender. A strong review article often needs clear conceptual figures. Use biorender to create mechanism figure, graphical abstract disease pathway figure, drug mechanism, figure timeline of field development, workflow figure clinical translation model. Example for cancer review. Create a biorender figure showing how obesity, insulin resistance, inflammation, and altered metabolism may influence tumor progression, immune response, and treatment resistance. AI can help generate the figure concept. Suggest a biorender figure layout for a review article on insulin resistance, chronic inflammation, and cancer progression. Include major components, arrows, labels, and figure legend. Author responsibility. Authors must ensure that figures are scientifically accurate, not misleading, properly licensed, and consistent with the literature. Every arrow and pathway should be defensible. Step 11. Validate references carefully. This is one of the most important steps. AI may generate false references, wrong authors, wrong journal names, incorrect years, or citations that do not support the statement. Use PubMed, Crossref, Google Scholar, Scopus, Web of Science, journal websites, EndNote, Zotero, or Mendeley to validate references. For every citation, check: is the paper real? Is the citation accurate? Does the paper actually support the statement? Is it original research, review, guideline, or preprint? Is it recent enough? Is there a better source? Author responsibility. Never submit AI-generated references without validation. The authors are fully responsible for every citation in the manuscript. Step 12. Check for balance and critical thinking. A review article should not only describe studies, it should analyze them. Ask: what do the studies agree on? Where do studies conflict? What are the limitations? What is missing? What is clinically important? What is overhyped? What is ready for translation? What still needs evidence? AI can help generate a critical appraisal checklist. Example prompt: critically evaluate this section. Identify overstatements, missing limitations, unsupported claims, and areas where stronger evidence is needed. Author responsibility. Authors must provide intellectual interpretation. The value of the review comes from the author's judgment, not from AI-generated summaries. Step 13. Write the conclusion. A good conclusion should not repeat the whole review. It should summarize the main message, highlight the knowledge gap, and provide future direction. Example conclusion for cancer paper. Current evidence suggests that metabolic dysfunction, chronic inflammation, and insulin resistance may contribute to a tumor-supportive environment in selected cancer contexts. However, the strength of evidence varies across cancer types and study designs. Future studies should integrate mechanistic models, patient-level metabolic data, and clinical outcomes to define which patients may benefit from metabolism-targeted prevention or treatment strategies. Author responsibility. The conclusion must be balanced. Do not overclaim. Do not suggest clinical application if the evidence is still experimental. Step 14. Prepare for journal submission. Before submission, check journal scope, word limit, abstract format, reference style, figure requirements, ethics statement if needed, AI disclosure policy, conflict of interest, funding statement, author contribution, cover letter. Use AI to draft a cover letter. Example prompt. Draft a professional cover letter for a review article submitted to a high-impact oncology journal. Emphasize novelty, relevance, and audience without exaggeration. Author responsibility. Authors must check journal instructions and disclose AI use if required. The final manuscript must reflect the author's own scientific responsibility. Final validation checklist. Before submission, authors must validate the novelty of the topic, the search strategy, the included literature, the accuracy of every statement, the accuracy of every reference, the quality of tables, the accuracy of bio-render figures, the balance of interpretation, the originality of writing, the journal requirements, the AI disclosure policy. Final message. AI can help you move faster, organize better, and write more clearly. But AI is not the author. The author is responsible for the science, the accuracy, the ethics, the references, the interpretation, and the final submitted manuscript. Use AI as an assistant. Use your expertise as the scientist. Prepared by Professor El-Tanani Group. Call to action. Subscribe to El-Tanani Research Group for practical guides on AI in research, scientific writing, literature review, manuscript preparation, and academic publishing.